I'm just catching up on what you were all interacting about earlier here. The pre interactions. Because this is still pre right now. Even though it's 6 o'clock, this is still pre. But what you were all doing was pre. It's kind of pre. Let's see here. The one who sprays. Hear my take on bidets. Bidets. Oh, I thought you knew about. I mean, if you're familiar with me, you kind of know my take on bidets. 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 Um. Well, the thing about bidets is it's not something that I feel I would want to use on myself. Um. You know. I don't. I'm the one who sprays. Okay, I'm not trying to get sprayed. I am the one who sprays. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen the way that bidets work, and they more than just spray, they blast. And I remember thinking to myself, if my acorn was exposed to a bidet and it got blasted, I don't think I would like that. So, because see, okay, if you get blasted, right? And say you've got some filth on you, that filth, I feel, will spray all over the place. Your butt cheeks get sprayed, the bowl gets sprayed, and I'm just not trying to get my acorn blasted. It just seems too forceful. Now I know you can adjust the settings, but I just think that I wish I could find this local news program that I went on. They wanted comedians to go on the local news in San Francisco to test out this bidet. And I kind of did a bad boy thing, actually. I kind of made a joke out of the whole thing. Look, they wanted comedians to go on it, so I guess what do you expect? But I said, "Yeah, I don't know about that. I got my acorn blasted, and it was a little, too much for me, or something like that." But I think they wanted some positive reviews of the bidet. It was some, I don't know, bidet brand that somehow got a local news spot, and I didn't even use it. Is the thing. I went in there, I turned it on to see what it would look like if it got sprayed, and I just saw how hard the water shot out of the thing. It was like a fire hose. And I just thought, geez, I don't know about that actually doing it to me. I just felt it seemed unsanitary to me, to be honest, because the blast to me is going to spread the particles of poo all over the place. It seems to me. And I also feel like the taint area is going to get dirty, that all of this liquidy brown is going to sort of dribble down from the acorn area down. It's going to sort of slide down into the taint and into the sort of back of the balls. And all that seems unsanitary to me. Granted, yes. Um, you can probably get, I guess I was a bad boy in that instance of the news thing because I didn't even actually use it on myself. I turned it on to see how it worked, and then I thought, I'm not doing that. Plus, I also thought even if the force of it was not as intense, that it would, I still would have to wipe up. It'd just be a lot of wiping up, I feel. And to me, I feel like, look, I use wet tissues when I wipe anyway, but I just I wet those first, and then I do what I need to do. I don't know. It's just okay. I'm just trying to think about what it'd be like to have a less intense thing. Let me see. What are you guys saying here? You just got to make sure your anus is angled at a perfect 45-degree angle to avoid any trickle. Okay, how do you angle that though? It all seems a bit complicated to me. When to me, an easy and efficient way to do this is wet the tissue and just do your wiping as you would do, and it's all good. You use 30 times. I will say I use a lot of toilet paper in my life. I go through a roll. I feel like on a heavy week could be 2, 3 rolls a week. Okay, maybe 2 rolls a week on a heavy week. Maybe 1 roll a week. They say no, you know what? That's not even true. They say that 1 roll equals 1 week on the package. That's not true. Definitely. I'm definitely going through probably 2 rolls a week at least, and on a heavy week, 3. So, um, yeah, I mean, the idea of using less toilet paper, that is appealing to me. Yes, it is. I, um, I agree with that, but it's not what's not appealing to me is the idea of I just don't buy for me, I just don't buy it being a clean process, even if it's coming out not that forcefully, and I don't even understand how the angle would work or whatever. I don't understand how okay, if the nozzle was shooting up, I don't understand how you're not getting poo on the nozzle when you go poo. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments here. And I do an average of 1 number 2 per day, so I don't have clog problems with the toilet. Yeah, I mean, I don't use wet wipes because I don't really wanna I feel like wet wipes might have some sort of detergent in them or something like that, and I don't wanna put that in my crack because I feel like it would putting soap in the crack is gonna make it well, also, the wet wipes seem too thick, and then, yeah, you're kind of expressing concern about clog problems. Um Single squares, I don't use single squares. Okay, believe me, I don't use single squares. Look, guys, I have some toilet paper here, right here for you. Wanted to show you the different. Unfortunately, talked about this many times before, but I have really good examples here. Toilet paper, my brand that I get is Scott. I've been with Scott since the '90s, at least. The '90s is when I really started to become more aware of the quality of toilet paper and what works best for my body and my preferences. And no, yeah, but when you put okay, sorry, unfasten. When you say putting soap in the crack seems bad, what about when you shower? No, sure, that's fine, but then you can wash the soap out in the shower. I don't feel like, if you put the detergent in your crack in the I mean, yeah, you can maybe wipe it out with a wet tissue or something, but it just I don't know, that just seems complicated to me. I mean, well, it seems like you might not be able to do as thorough of a job. I mean, if I'm putting soap in the crack, then might want to go to the shower and wash it out. So that defeats the purpose of the wet wipe altogether. Anyway, Scott, I've been with for years, and then recently they've been really inconsistent with their quality. Sometimes the quality is really nice, as it should be, as I expected to and have expected of it for years. And then sometimes the quality is just it sucks. It's just there. It's really poor. And hold on, I don't even have. I don't. I thought I had a good. Actually, right now, my current roll in the bathroom is a good. It's a good one. It's a good quality. I almost want to go over there and get it right now. But this is an example of bad quality. I really don't know if you can see this, but look at okay, you can actually because I'm seeing. Look at how it's this weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks. Do you see what I'm saying here? I don't know what this is, but it's. Uh, does that do you understand why that looks bad to me? There's something bad about this, and there's something that is I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's bad. It's bad quality. It's kind of it looks it doesn't look processed in the right way. Okay. Yeah, heathered. That's exactly. Heathered. That's really bad. And sometimes you get rolls like that. And then sometimes let's see what this quality is. This one might not. This is less this is a different style of this is kind of less cheap looking. And then let me actually show you I'll be right back. Okay. I'm just going to show you an example of the good quality stuff, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so this is actually pretty good quality here. This one. Let's see if we can see what this looks like. You see how this is not heathered and it's just more finely tuned? I mean, there's a finely tuned texture to this, and it's not as transparent as the other one, you know what I mean? Or translucent as the other one. This is just obviously this is definitely better quality here. And by the way, this is probably not even as good quality as it was in the 90s, but this is better than Ezra. But this, on the other hand, this right here, I mean, this is so poor. What are they? So I've tried to understand where the different quality comes from, and I know that the rolls are manufactured in different countries. I see on the package sometimes it says, made in the United States. Sometimes it says made in Canada. Sometimes it says made in, I don't know, maybe Mexico, maybe other places, El Salvador. I don't know. I'm kind of getting confused with underwear because I've had some issues with which countries make. It's so crazy to me that there's inconsistencies in everything if you start paying attention to what countries that they're manufactured in. But um I was trying to see how, oh yeah, it seems like the ones from Canada are good or something like that or whatever. And then I started finding variation within the same pack. I started seeing, oh, this roll was actually pretty good and this one isn't in the same pack. So that there is no consistency even in the countries that they're coming from too. Or I don't even know if those mean anything when it says it's made in this country or not. It just seems like it's all inconsistent. So I had some similar issues with my underwear. Um, so you know me, I wear classic white briefs. I mean, I always have, except for when I was younger. I mean, I wore, I get when I was, about through, when I was a lot younger, I did wear themed underwear, Transformers and or Spider-Man or whatever. I had Spider-Man underwear when I was younger, but then as an adult, I started wearing more, just adult underwear. Still briefs. They were still Fruit of the Loom briefs, but I was wearing adult style briefs. So Better Call Saul underwear or Bosch underwear. They had the whatever they have Mike from Breaking Bad sort of on the butt cheeks or whatever. And but no, they're just white briefs and they're classic. And then I started noticing that they would fit different. I got some new ones kind of in the last couple years or whatever, and they would fit differently. And I thought this doesn't feel right. And the material felt different. And I started looking at the ingredients on the material, and there was some of them would be 100% cotton, and some of them would be 10% or 20% polyester or something like that. And there was this weird they were changed, they were different the way that they were made, and I could feel the difference. And yeah, some were tighter than they normally were. Anyway, uh there was a difference between the ones that were made in Honduras and the ones that were made in El Salvador. And it was really hard for me to find. I was starting to call sellers to say, okay, can you tell me what it says, if it's what country it says it's made in? And I don't know, sometimes people wouldn't really look it up, and they would just say, or they would look on the listing or something, but they wouldn't look at the actual package. And anyway, there was a lot of back and forth. I even called Fruit of the Loom about it, but I can't remember which country I landed on that seemed to fit the best. But I did actually have to go up to the next level, the next size up, because their sizing changed. Anyway, this is probably boring, but I do have this bag of all this underwear that I've never even used. I've never even tried on because I knew they weren't going to work, and I was happy to exchange them, but they said just keep them. So I have all these briefs, and I don't know what to do with them, and they don't accept briefs, even new briefs that haven't been used. They don't accept them at Goodwills and other places like that. So I feel weird to throw them out, but I do have all these unused briefs. So I actually started using the briefs as oven mitts. I use them to I was thinking I didn't have anything. I had something in the oven, and I didn't Well, I actually usually use towels, but then I was out of towels and I thought, well, wait a second, I've got those briefs. Maybe I could use those. So if you I in the kitchen, I have a drawer where probably one would normally keep pot holders or whatever, and you open it up and there's a couple pairs of briefs in there. I also use the briefs as placemats on the dinner table. So if say I had a hot dish or something like that that I didn't want to put directly on the table because I didn't want to ruin the table, I use the briefs as a sort of place to put the thing on, to place stuff on a hot plate. So yeah, the briefs are. I am getting some use out of these briefs after all. The yoga pants, I'm saving those for special occasions. I haven't really done anything with those yet, but I do have some. I have a bag of all these briefs, man. I mean, if you need some briefs, I don't recommend them though, because and yeah, I know I was trying to give them. Well, here's the thing: I don't recommend them for me. I was trying to give them to. I was trying to give them to. I called Goodwill and I said, "Do you accept underwear?" And I said, "What if they're completely new?" I think they might have said something to the extent of, if they're in the package unopened, then they'll accept them. But if they're not, then they won't accept them. And they're not in the package. So, um, but they said, but I felt like, by the way, I always wash the underwear before I use them. That's why, I didn't, that's why they're out of the package. Although actually, come to think of it, I did, yeah, I did actually, uh, I did actually just take a bunch of out of the package that I didn't even try on because I could already see they were made in the wrong country. And anyway, whatever the case may be, they didn't want to accept them, and I've got all this extra underwear, and I had a bad reaction to them. It was itchy for me actually, the ones with the polyester, but it might not be that way for anybody, other people. So that's why, hey, you might want these. Someone else might want these underwear. Okay, are you? Can I hear you? No, I can't hear you. You know what I should do? I should use these extra underwear to make special Weinbach custom underwear. You know that they have my eyes on them or something like that.
Can you hear me now?
Very low.
Oh man, I don't know what's going
It sounds low and almost kind of robotic or something.
on.
Or
Hang
there's
on.
some sort of.
Use the browsers. I'll be back. Okay, hold
All
on.
right. So yeah, do they put cornstarch in underwear these days? I'm not kidding, by the way. It's about using the underwear as oven mitts. I mean, they're not oven mitts; they're just oven holders, or hot pot holders. Those. Those. I use them to hold hot things with, basically. Yeah. So I also have some other stuff that I don't want, that I kind of don't know what to do with. I don't feel like I should throw. This is the mind of a hoarder, by the way. I should just throw these things out, and I will. I will one day. I'll throw them out. You just have to throw things out sometimes. You just got to do it. It just seems wasteful to me because it seems wasteful, but I know I got to do it. I think I have a bunch of socks that I don't want. Come to think of it, though, they might have accepted that at Goodwill. Yeah. So, yeah, finding the right underwear is hard. Undershirts also hard because now we've been through this many times. You don't want to hear it. YouTube's got a good idea that I have this whole monologue that I do, and it's a Calvin Klein commercial. They should actually, you know what? That would be a funny parody or pastiche. Is I'm talking about it's a Fruit of the Loom commercial, but it's black and white, and it's me kind of just talking and not being like Marky Mark at all, but just being like me or whoever. And I'm kind of just in a very neurotic way talking about getting the perfect underwear, and it's an ad for Fruit of the Loom. That'd be a good idea. Undershirts are bad. I mean, you've heard it all before, but I'm wearing a good undershirt. You can't find these anywhere. Take a look. See that? You see how that collar doesn't have the extra material on the seam? You can't get that anymore. You can't get this anymore. They all have this for the last 10 years. They've all had this extra material on there, and I don't think it looks good. Although I'm going to have to start embracing it soon because I don't have that many of these left. I have maybe 5 of these left, and they're pretty new quality because I saved them from 10 years ago because I saw what was happening and I said, "Oh, I found somebody selling old shirts. I mean, an older style, and I got them. These are Fruit of the Loom shirts, but they, and this is the classic style. But I know eventually these are going to run out. These are going to deteriorate, and I'm going to have to get new shirts. Well, I have more than 5 actually. I've got enough for, maybe a week, but I do actually sometimes have to wear the other shirts because I don't have. Anyway, these are obviously petty problems, but I just don't like that extra material there, Reeboks, I think I've only got 2 left of the good design, and yeah, we'll see what happens after that. I'll probably just wear regular brown shoes after that. No more sneakers for me. Plus, you know what? The whole sneaker thing, I have enough shoes to last me until I'm in my 50s, so I'll probably, just the sneaker thing. I did that in my teens, 20s. I'm talking the white sneaker thing. When I basically was always inspired by, adults in the 80s and the way adults dressed in the 1980s, and I kind of wanted to emulate that, and so I was doing that in my teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s, and then eventually I'm probably just have to go to brown shoes. All right, talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is bad.
What?
Sorry. My computer is from 2011. And it finally became obsolete.
Oh, really?
Well, basically, it turned into it got to the point where I can't use Chrome on my computer anymore because it doesn't work with my operating system.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can't upgrade my operating system anymore on my computer.
Right.
It won't. I haven't basically upgraded the operating system since 2018.
Yeah, it's annoying how that is. That
I
you have
know,
to
and so
update stuff. Why can't we just use our old stuff? I hate having to update stuff. It ruins everything,
But basically, I was just trying to use Firefox because I can't use Chrome, which I'm used to using, which
Right.
sucks. And then it told me it wasn't letting me use the monitor on my interface, my external interface, the Scarlet or whatever. And then I looked it up and it says Firefox has a bug that won't let you use external interface. It won't let you choose monitors. And so then it said you have to use the only browsers that you can use for StreamYard, which we're using, is Chrome or this one called Opera. So I was going to try to download Opera, and I just tried to do that. And then it said that my operating system doesn't support the newest version of Opera.
Right.
So I'm screwed basically.
So wait, you're just using the
external
audience?
I'm just using the regular the internal microphone.
Right.
So basically, there is a hack to this though, which I have to do, but it's going to take a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Don knows how to do it.
Well, you know what? Why do they have to change stuff? It just make it. They always are changing. I just don't like change. Why
I hate
always make it? With the whole updates and stuff. Stop with the updates.
Stop with the updates.
Can we just live our lives and just keep things the way they were? And it's like this with the email programs. Yahoo. They're
hate
changing
those new emails.
God, I hate the new email stuff. Just let us have the old stuff, or let us have the option at least to do it the old way. They should just. Yeah, I just don't like these updates. I've actually updated my operating system on my computer and for the worse. Because I had to.
Wait, say again?
I've updated my operating system for the worse of my computer.
Right, but you at least can do that. I can't.
I go Mojave now. I'm on Mojave.
Right. I got Catalina.
Yeah, no, but I used to be on some kind of snow leopard or something, or leopard or something like that. and that was working just fine. And then now I've got this Mojave, and it's stuff doesn't even work right. These
Well,
programs
I
don't
know
even
they
work.
don't like.
It
I'm sure
all-
Photoshop is probably all screwy now, probably.
Keynote is messed up, hardcore.
Right. It's just
Keynote
really
just got.
annoying.
I know it just.
I wish that they could do updates that still let you use your stuff.
Yeah, just let us use our stuff. I don't want to
know.
change it. Just let me. I like things the way they are. Why do you have to make me change this stuff?
I hate it. I hate it. I don't know what to do.
Well, look, I've had this computer that I'm using for 10 years.
Oh, 10.
Yeah, this is 10 years. And,
Crazy how that much time goes by.
I know time flies by. I mean, it still generally speaking, this works well. You know what I mean?
I mean, my computer has worked too. It's just that these updates.
I know these updates, they just mess everything up. They think they're being so hot. They think they're being hot stuff when they do these updates. They think they're trying to help. It's not helping the change. Just let it be.
I got my car is in the shop right now, but it's all covered, because I'm under warranty. And they gave me a loaner card, car that doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it's a brand new out of the wrapper. I'm the first person to use this car.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty cool. But they do not even have USB plugs.
Really, they've now evolved.
My car has. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that.
I was like, oh, is there USB plugs? And he goes, oh no, it's just USB-C. I was like, I don't even know what that is. I mean, I probably do, but it's just so annoying.
It's a smaller thing.
However, yeah, it's a smaller thing. And I was like, well, do you have a plug that I can use to charge my phone? And he was trying to find, he's like, oh, we don't have any right now. However, they did make up for it by the fact that they actually have a wireless charging thing where I simply just put my phone on it and it's charging.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of cool.
Well, I'll tell you this.
It did take some figuring out.
New cars I don't like because they don't have buttons anymore. It's just a touch screen.
No, there were no buttons, and I was like, how do I just turn up the volume over here?
Yeah,
it was so hard to find the volume.
I hate no buttons.
Hidden in the
but also, I don't like screen. I don't want to touch the screen. I need to press the button because if it's a screen, I press too hard, and my fingers. I don't like rubbing my fingers on things. It kind of hurts in a way,
Yeah, I mean, I will say that this new car does seem pretty slick in a lot of ways.
Well, I'll tell you this much, when I was looking to get when I was looking to get a new car, which was about 8 years ago, a big deciding factor is the car that I got, which is a Honda, that still had buttons, but the Corolla, it was a Honda Civic, the Toyota Corolla did not have buttons. And that was one big factor as to why I chose the Honda this time, even though I had been with Toyota for years before that,
It's weird because I thought that my newer car was pretty futuristic,
Mm-hmm.
But compared to this one, it's just old school. Because mine has a knob at least for the volume, or it does have a knob for the volume, although it does have touchscreen. This new one doesn't even have a knob for any damn thing.
If you don't have buttons, at least give me a knob.
I guess it does have a knob for the steering wheel.
What's funny about knobs and buttons is that it feels kind of, I don't know. There's something very kind of grotesque about the idea of knobs and buttons. But anyway, I like them,
Well, I like a button. There's nothing grotesque about it.
No, when I think of a button, though, I think of a belly. I guess I'm thinking of a belly button. And when I say knob, I'm thinking of something a little lower than a belly button. Yeah. I'm thinking of a knob and a button. You know what I mean?
Well, when you think about what a belly button is, it's like somebody has this button that you're supposed to push. It implies that you're supposed to push this thing on someone's stomach and violate their personal space.
Right. Or some of them.
It's like, push my button.
Right. Or stick your finger in my button.
Well, it's not. I don't know. A button to me implies that you push it with your finger.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a button that you push down.
Isn't it weird that we have these holes where there used to be a tube that connected to,
it's not a hole.
Our mom?
No, it's not.
I think it was some sort of hole. Yeah.
But it's not anymore. That's the thing. It's not a hole. It used to be a hole.
I know. I just think it's interesting that it's
now a button.
there's still an indication that there was this tube that went in. It's just so alien-like in a way that there's this tube that went from our bodies to this other body, you
It
know?
is a bit H.R. Geiger, isn't it?
It is Giger.
Giger Geiger.
It is kind of Giger-esque, yeah.
You know what's crazy is my friend who was just over here told me that her late 70s, early 80s year old dad, his favorite artist is H.R. Geiger. And I thought, that's kind of cool of him in a weird way.
No, that kind of works.
It doesn't work for that old of a person, I feel.
I kind of think it could, though, because
It's not quite.
okay, think about it.
He's totally goth, actually,
well, I
for
mean,
his time.
I mean, if he's early 80s, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah. Let's say he's in his 80s. Let's just say. So he was probably maybe in his 40s or something in the 80s, or let's just say when did Alien come out? In 79 or something, right?
Well, based on Sigourney Weaver's underwear, probably 79.
I'm pretty sure it's 79 or something, right?
Those panties are just so 70s and
so let's just say 79. Let's just say he's 80 right now, right? So let's say let's say 85, he was 40, and then so he was in his 30s when Alien came out. I could imagine somebody in their 30s getting into H.R. Giger. I mean, that's no big whoop. And so,
No, I suppose not, but it just seems like an old, but he's not in his 30s anymore.
Okay.
He's in his 80s.
Well, Laura, get this. I mean, wait just a couple more years. We're going to start seeing elderly people who are, used to be into that might have butterfly tattoos on their back, or they might have
already a thing.
They probably their favorite band was Cherry Poppin' Daddies or something like that. I bet you there's going to be
Cherry
elderly.
Poppin' Daddies seems elderly.
Okay, fine. There's going to be elderly Incubus fans, or there's going to be there's going to be people.
No, there's going to be elderly Limp Bizkit and Korn.
There's going to be elderly fans of, Crazy Town. You know what I mean? Or Smash Mouth. Just imagine there's a Smash.
Those bands in the first place was elderly at heart.
That's not true.
I'm joking.
That seems it's the opposite.
The opposite. Well, what are they?
Imagine. And by the way, no disrespect to any of these bands, especially Slipknot, but no, I'm serious. No disrespect. I'm just thinking they seem like young bands, though. Is all I'm saying.
No, it's not all you're saying.
They seem like they're for young people. Is all I'm saying.
That is not all you're saying.
I think they want to be thought of as youthful.
You said more than that before.
I never said anything like that. I never said nothing.
You said something about Papa Roach once.
I'm just saying there might be somebody who's in their 90s, imagine thinking, "Oh, I love Papa Roach." I used to listen to Papa Roach.
Papa Roach was
my wife of 50 years, and I used to listen to Papa Roach together every night on Sunday evening. After we went to, the hot tubs, or whatever. I don't know.
We used to go to the hot springs and relax to Slipknot and Papa Roach. It was a romantic getaway for us, and now you kids just like to listen to Incubus.
But there's going to be a time when you see people who, I mean, you're going to see old people. We're talking, 75 or 85-year-old person wearing Jenkos, and that's the old person look.
No, they're not, because they're
actually,
not
it's weird.
Where to get them.
Well, I used to wear Jenkos when I was your age. Oh, it was a lot of fun. We used to go to the rave, and I would do my jungle dance.
It's interesting, though, because every once in a blue-corned moon, you see a really well-dressed elderly woman dressed like she's in the 20s or 30s or something,
Mm-hmm.
And you think, did they just keep their clothes from back then, or do they know how to shop? And maybe the elderly of the day, like today's soon-to-be elderly, are going to know where to get Jenkos. I don't know.
Well,
I think will not be as well dressed as the elderly of today.
Well, it's by the way, there's a lot of people that I know now, that are older now. They're in their 50s, and they're whatever. Some of them even in their 60s. And I think to myself, yeah, they were young once, and they were. I know that they were more wild when they were younger, and now I think. And it's just then I would think about old people from that we used to know in the 80s or whatever. And I think to myself, well, they might have been wild too, but they don't seem that way when they're older, that they were wild or whatever.
No, people lose their edge. The thing that a friend of mine Actually, the same friend whose dad loves H.R. Geiger said that I said to her once that really resonated and stuck with her was that it's not a bad thing to get old. It's just a bad thing to get lame or something like that. It's
No,
like
of course,
the
absolutely, of
problem
course.
is not getting old. The problem is that a lot of people who get older get lame.
Well, totally, they
They're just
totally lose
not. They're just
touch.
not cool anymore.
They lose touch. You got to stay in touch. But it's
Yeah, it's
interesting.
interesting.
But people do seem. I guess here's what I'm really saying is that there's older people that I see now that I used to know used to be more wild when they were younger, and just have more of a reckless lifestyle, and they seem more conservative now that they're older, and they present themselves more conservatively too. They dress more conservatively. They don't wear the kind of stuff they wore when they were younger, and that's just kind of interesting to me because it makes you think. So at one point, people it clicks with them that I want to present myself and live a life that's more conservative.
But I also don't think conservative is necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it's bad to dress poorly.
Yeah.
Some people when they get old, they just dress terribly.
When they're older?
Yes, like they just dress
Oh,
bad.
definitely. I mean, definitely.
And I don't understand why the style, like why a person's value for aesthetic just goes out the window for some.
Well, they stop caring in a way, you know what I mean?
Why though?
I understand. It's just who cares at this point,
Well, because you just, you want to be, you want to present in such a
Yeah,
way.
I know. I think at a certain point, people just their value. It's not a
It's
priority
interesting
to them
because I
anymore.
see, yeah, like elderly people though, there's certain like elderly wear, quote unquote, that is very unattractive. Like shoes, for example, well, okay, no, I can understand the shoes because it's all about comfort, and I mean, I guess sometimes comfort has to take a precedent over style, but just there's these kind of outfits that it almost seems like a uniform elderly outfit. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
these kind of polyester type of pants, and then
Oh,
there's
you mean
like
those plaid pants?
not plaid, but they're kind of a creased polyester pant.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Sometimes they come in light blue.
Or those kind of jeans that are sort of pants jeans. You know what I mean? Those kind of pant jeans.
I don't know, but like that, and then it might be, some kind of a loafer type shoe, but not a loafer in like the 1970s sense. A kind of a thick custodial type of loafer. You know what I'm talking about?
Not
Sort of a
exactly, but
custodial,
I don't know about that.
and then
I wonder how
yeah,
old.
it's just I don't know. It's weird.
How old is the oldest person here who watches this show? And I- I'd imagine there's no teens that watch this show, right?
There might be. Doubtful. No, I mean they probably wouldn't get anything we're talking about. This
Mm-hmm.
is kind of an elderly show.
Well, look, this is a show. At least I am a kind of person who just, what do you call it? Maybe I romanticize how things used to be, even though there's some things I'm glad are different now, But
I
I,
don't know. Yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
But then some elderly people dress great.
Well,
You know who I think has really good style is, or at least in one interview I saw of her, is Dame Judi Dench.
really, the Dench.
Yeah, and also, Maggie Smith had a good style to a degree.
Maggie Smith.
Well, I mean, she dressed like a Victorian woman or Edwardian woman or something.
Huh.
Well, like that's kind of the roles that she played. I mean, I'm sure she dressed pretty good. And you know who else dressed is pretty good is well, she's not that elderly, but I do think Susan Sarandon is very styling. She's older, I guess.
Sarandon is, yeah. I mean, but she has a lot of help, probably, to stay.
Right. I guess when you're like pretty well off, you can just.
But then again, there's people
do a
who
thing.
are becoming older now who used to be, pretty cool in the past. I'm talking to celebrities here. And I don't know, they sort of lose touch and they're maybe still trying to seem young or something. And then they're not embracing their age as much. And then they kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of different is all I'll say.
No, but I think there's a difference between dressing too young, or just dressing stylishly. For example, when I lived in Paris, I remember seeing a lot of women who were older who were just dressed so well. They were
Oh,
dressed
well,
like.
Europeans dress better a lot of times, it seems. Oh, European
But I remember
women
seeing a lot
or
of women who were
French
dressed
women.
in vintage wear. Like they looked like they straight up just stepped out of the 1930s, you know?
hmm
And that's just probably what they were used to wearing when they were younger.
I know people want to know how old I
It's a
am. I mean,
timeless look in a way.
I don't want to say specifically how old I am because just I don't know for security reasons, but I'll just say that I am in
Whoa.
my mid 40s. Yeah.
Wow. Susan Sarandon is 78. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so mid, yeah, I'm, what you call mid, and that's it. So there you go. Oh, I guess I should have saved it for the after show. Sorry, I should. Well, it's too late. Anyway, whatever. It's not a big whoop. Whatever. You get the age range. I'm in that zone. You know what I mean? So, and yeah. McNulty, I would say 43 is not. That's not mid.
That's not mid.
I say mid is probably 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, and probably I would say 4 to 7 could be. 7 is cusp.
7 is cusp.
I think 7 is cusp. I think
Well, anyways.
Do you hide your age, Laura?
Not usually, but I think on the show I will. Just for fun.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. What do you say? Do you say a range, kind of like mid or early or something like that, or?
No, I don't say. I mean, people don't usually ask me either, so I don't know. But then again, they might. I mean, I could. I don't care.
I mean, I could.
No, if somebody asks me how old I am on the street, I'm happy to tell them.
So should we start this show before we get any
Yeah.
older?
Yeah. Do you mind if I just go grab another one of these island punches?
What do you mean island punches?
That's what this is called.
Oh, really?
Spindrift. It's got passion fruit, orange, and guava.
All right, so you want to go get that real quick?
I'm gonna go get that. You guys do a thing. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Messages.
So, anyways, should have saved it for the after show. That would have been enticing for you guys. Oh, you guys are going to be upset. I think that the next 3 shows are going to be on a different channel, and I hope you don't feel like you're not getting your member benefits from that. But you know what though? If you're tier 2, the the ringtone came out yesterday, I think, and the behind the scenes came out today. So you're set for that. And that was quick.
Yep. That's right. It should be. All right. Ready to begin.
All right. Let's start.
Oh, shrimp. Oh, shrimp. Oh, shrimp.
All right. Welcome to the Chicken Coop. My name is Brent Weinbach.
I'm Laura Weinbach.
And this is the live chat show that we do every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And we have a different topic every week. And the topic of today is the date, pretty much, right? It is Cinco de Mayo, okay? Cinco de Mayo. And I think we're going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo by talking about.
Hey.
Oh, yes, sir. This is Chicken Jessica, our producer. Hi.
How y'all doing?
All right. How's it going with you?
Good. Celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah. It's a fiesta.
Some people celebrate it by doing a super chat.
Oh, what is that?
It's a way to tip the show. Just a little tip.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll do a little video for you so you can see how that goes. You're going to click that $sign. Hit super chat and bring that little frijole up there and type in your message and hit buy and send.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's pretty
Frijole.
easy. That's pretty easy, I guess, right?
It's pretty easy. Some people have already done it. Done some good ones.
I love it.
Got Chode's here.
Is it Chode's birthday today? No.
I think it was making a
No,
bidet.
Chode's
Oh,
birthday is
bidet.
in
Chode.
Chode's birthday is in November.
Oh, right. You
Wow.
knew
Or
that?
or the end of October.
I found out recently. Wait, Laura, why do you say that?
Because I just know that Chode's is a Scorpio.
And do you base that on that picture or his comments and stuff?
Both first.
Well, as I found out recently, that's not his picture.
It's based on his energetic field.
Okay, that's a good argument, I guess. Yeah.
It's based on him.
Did you know what Bryce Shell was?
Yeah. I know his birthday's in July, maybe end of June, but probably July. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's July.
Uh-huh.
Based on his energetic field.
And what about Gemma? What was she?
April, maybe end of March. Just based on a general.
And what about Chicken Jessica?
Chicken Jessica, hard to say.
Strikes me as a Scorpio.
Not to me.
Oh, really? But I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I would not.
I think pretty much anytime there's Chicken Jessica, it's a Scorpio, maybe.
You know what? That's an interesting concept to consider, considering past ones. But that's actually not true because
past ones. They just mean just the one. You know.
Well, yes. Okay, sure.
Well, yes, sure. It's
Wow.
not happy. It's not
You got
Chose's
a cooling
birthday.
prong in the house.
Yeah, cooling prong in the house. Yeah.
Well, there you
Super
go.
sticker.
Cooling prong is not a Scorpio, by the way. Just a heads up.
Oh, he's not. I thought he was.
I happen to know cooling prong is a Libra.
Oh, he's a
Just
Libra.
based on an energetic field.
Oh, he's
and the
Libra.
picture.
I
Just
thought he was
based on
Scorpio.
cooling prongs' picture. Let's get a close up on that. Let's get a close up on. See that tells me Libra right there.
You know that's supposed to be a rectal, right?
It is a rectal.
It's a
That's
rectal.
why I said Libra.
It's what you call a rectolioscope.
Libras have a certain.
So that picture is based on his energy.
I feel that Libras really resonate with the rectal region.
Climbing Foam says Laura is surely a Virgo.
You're wrong, Climbing Foam. No offense. It's okay though. I feel like I do emanate that energy.
Really, you feel
based on my picture.
I actually do. Well, no, I think of Laura as what she is. I don't know if she wants to say, and I won't say it for you, but I think of you as what you are. But I can see in some ways of you being Virgo-esque.
Well, I'll tell you why I have a Virgo-like energy. because
the influence
my Mercury,
of the influence of other people in your life.
No, well, maybe, but it's also because the planet that Virgo is ruled by is, for me, in its natural place, which is Virgo in my chart. If that makes any sense.
Well,
my Mercury is in Virgo.
I am a Virgo.
Is ruled by Mercury.
I am a Virgo.
I have a strong Virgo quality.
Well, I feel, Laura.
Yes,
if you are
I know, Chodes. I know you are. I've always known.
He said Scorpion, though. I am a Virgo, and I feel like maybe that could have influenced you into being Virgo-esque also.
Well, it might have influenced you into being Virgo-esque.
Which in turn influenced you,
True. Something to that effect.
All right. Anyways. Sorry. Thank you, Chicken Jessica, for all that,
Oh, you're welcome.
So what was his welcome? What did that exude, Laura? What kind of sign did that exude?
It felt a little Capricornicus. It actually felt Virgonian.
Actually, I wonder, are you Capricornios?
I wouldn't say so, though.
Who, me?
No, right?
No.
No, I didn't think that.
Okay, and you're not a Scorpio.
No.
I
Oh,
didn't think so.
okay, but you're not a Capricorn.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Not a-
then I'm
not a
out. Then I'm out.
Capricorn,
And but then guess what? I don't even believe in astrology anyway. So it just good. It makes
Yes,
sense
you
that
know
you're not.
what? You say that, but
I
I
don't
know
either.
you
It
know you
makes sense.
do. You do believe in it so hard.
No, I don't. The only thing is that you've kind of got inside my head a little bit about it, but I don't. In the end, I kind of just think of it as for fun. I don't think
For
it's
fun,
anything.
and yet you
No,
can't
it's not.
deny certain things that you've encountered in
And deny.
your little life.
I can't. deny.
Okay.
Gemini
Yeah. What? What?
Gem- or
Who?
Could be.
What? Chicken?
chicken? Gemini.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I believe it.
All right. Well, thank you, chicken.
I'm actually
You never-
totally
you
not
never will know.
totally sure. I'm not totally sure.
Well, anyway, Laura, let's get into today's topic. Okay, can we do such a thing?
I'm waiting.
It's Cinco de Mayo, and so we are going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo by talking about mayo. Okay, which is short for mayonnaise.
Mhm.
And we're titling this topic. We're titling this topic simply Cinco de Mayo. Mayonnaise. Well, there you go. And by the way, Wise Blood is a Gemini.
I know that for a fact.
Anyway,
Okay.
so Tolkien study must be a Gemini too. Oh,
Tolkien.
that may be your twin.
Tolkien
right.
already disclosed that they are a Gemini.
I see. So, oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, some of you tier 2 members knew what the topic was going to be. Laura, do you like mayonnaise?
You know, it's funny. I used to like it when I was younger, and then I hated it when I turned 21. And then I recently became reacquainted with it, and I think, yeah, I'm down.
Okay,
I'm
it's
back
funny.
on it.
It's funny you say that because I always didn't like mayonnaise. I always thought it just seemed kind of, I don't know, gross to me.
Think
eggy.
about what it is. It's disgusting. It's eggs mixed with oil. Ugh.
Yeah, it just seemed eggy and kind of gross to me. It
And
always
it's like,
did.
aren't they raw eggs, basically?
I don't know, but I just thought this is some kind of creamy slop that I don't like. You know what I mean? And
It is a
it wasn't-
creamy slop, but then I tried some recently, and it was a very clean white slop.
Yeah, look, I like
it
cream.
was pure white.
Well,
It wasn't yellow.
I like cream, but I don't like an eggy, oily cream. You know what I mean? I like
No,
more
I
of
don't
a.
either, though.
I like a sort of fluffy, sort of soft cream that is good. But that anyway. Look, I didn't
What
like
about
it
a
when I was
vegan
young.
mayonnaise?
Well, nah, I just the whole something about it, I didn't like. But let me say this: when I got in college, I experimented with mayonnaise, and I kind of sort of fooled around with mayonnaise at that point. You know, I wasn't putting it in my mouth; I was putting it in other holes. You know, but I just thought it was a nice try. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I had it on a sandwich the other day, and I was like, you know what, this works. I'll go with it.
I did try eating it in my college years, but after that, I decided I kind of could find some use for it in college a little bit, but after that, I sort of just didn't. I don't do it. You know, I don't do it anymore. I don't need it.
You may as well just have mustard. It's like so much easier.
Well, mustard
I
is
love a mustard.
Mustard is great.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't really truly appreciate mustard until about 10 years ago. I realized this is just some good pure stuff. It's turmeric, which is cool, you know, and it's mustard seed and salt and vinegar. And that's
Love
it
a
pretty
mustard
much.
seed.
And that's pretty much it, you know?
Man, you know who loves mustard is Ethan. He takes the bottle of mustard. My child, Ethan. He takes the bottle of mustard and he just goes.
Oh my God, doesn't
He
seem.
just squirts a whole mountain of it in his
What does
mouth.
that do to him?
He just loves it. I don't know.
I know, but
Doesn't
does that do anything to him?
No.
I mean, bowel wise?
Don't think so.
How has his stools been lately?
Pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's still not wiping yet himself, or what?
He tries to wipe, but I don't even want him to try. Because
Why?
I don't. It's just more trouble than it's worth.
Do you think he's just not coordinated enough to wipe?
He's not. I don't even think he can reach far enough to wipe the right way.
Uh-huh.
Well, he doesn't understand the concept of front to back.
Uh-huh.
For one.
Yeah.
And two, he doesn't understand the concept of wiping until it's clean.
So he just, what does he do? Just wipe his cheek and then he, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't
No,
even
like
wipe the
he'll
crack.
try to wipe in the crack, but he doesn't do it enough, you know.
Uh-huh.
But he says that he does.
Uh-huh. And
Be
does
like,
he,
did you wipe? And he'll be like, yes, I wiped and I washed my hands, and his hands are just like bone dry. The sink is bone dry,
and his
then
butt is bone dry.
his butt does not.
Well, no,
get
his
wiped.
butt is not bone dry. It's
His
his butt
did
is
not
his
get
butt
wiped.
is fully soaked. Let's see
No,
what.
but
Okay, Gemma
basically,
has an important
yeah.
comment here. As a server, a woman yelled at me once when I brought her carrot cake with cream cheese icing, like she ordered, because she insisted I brought her cake with mayo for icing. She didn't even try it. Huh. Well, was it Cinco de Mayo?
Wait, what? She said that the cake got brought with mayo.
She basically said she brought her carrot cake and the woman complained saying this is mayonnaise on it instead of cream cheese. She didn't try it.
Maybe that's what it tasted like to her.
And she didn't try it.
Huh.
Hey, what do they call it? Mayo Clinic. What's that all about?
I don't know. They must use mayo to like treat cancer and stuff. Or, what is it for?
No, Mayo Clinic. It's for anything, I think.
What do you mean? Like any kind of health thing?
Yeah, anything, I think. Imagine carrot cake with mustard on it. That could be interesting. I would actually try that.
That sounds not good.
Could be good. Well, anyway, I don't really do mayonnaise. I think that's more of a thing for, I don't know. I think it's for a different, kind of style for me that I don't do really, but all the more power to you if you like it,
Uh-huh.
Let's look at a commercial.
Number 5.
Oh, we're going to do 5. Where's top? Wait, hold on. Pause it. Is this going to be top 5 mayo commercials? Maybe so. Number 5.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 5.
Eat a mayonnaise, drop it on a burger. Eat a mayonnaise.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, that looked horrible. I would
hold
never
on,
put mayonnaise on a hot dog.
But hold on a second.
Like,
Earlier,
that's a double dog.
All right, Nicole did say earlier that it was food cum. This mayonnaise is food cum, and that seems suggestive. That seems very suggestive. I mean,
I know. Why are there 2 hot dogs in there? Who does that? No one does that.
I know. Why are there 2 hot dogs? What the hell?
Because they wanted you to think cum.
Well, they also wanted you to think some sort of either vaginal or gluteal crack.
Right, it's a gluteal crack.
It's a gluteal or vaginal crack, and what comprised of 2 phalluses, which is kind of is a phallus in plural phallus phalli.
Yeah,
it's a gluteal or vaginal crack comprised of phalli, which is kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting that 2 penises do make a vagina in a way,
something like that.
But yeah, that mayonnaise kind of does look kind of like Cool Whip a little bit.
Well, I like how white it is.
I do kind of like how white it is in a way.
But that's the kind of mayonnaise I had the other day, and it was good.
I wouldn't even want it, though.
I would not eat that, though. I would never put a mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Do you think the dogs look good?
Yes, but get the mayonnaise out of there. That's
the
ruining
dogs
them.
To me look a little too shiny for me.
I like how shiny they look, but the truth
I don't know.
I don't want 2 of them. I just want 1.
They look too lubed up. You know what I mean?
No, I like the grease.
I don't know. It looks a little too lubed.
No, I like how they have those little sort of pinched ends.
Well, pinched ends are classic.
No, but like how there's a little bit of a kind of excess there. Sort of I don't know what you call that. It's like a candy wrapper type of thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It looks good. It looks like it just got cut off the chain.
Cut it up. Like carry it on. Carry on.
Mayonnaise, drop it on a burger. Eat a mayonnaise. We'll flick it on a frank. Eat a mayonnaise. Rich and thick and
Oh, hell no.
Hold on. I'm sorry, but hold on a second.
I am not about to have mayonnaise on a salad.
They also said flick it on a frank, which just made me think of a little
Flick it.
penis getting flicked by a finger, like a little penis getting flicked? Flick it on a Frank.
We'll flick it on a Frank.
Flick it on a Frank. I mean, that it seems weird. That's okay.
Also,
yeah.
wait, the fact that
Weird
it's just-
picture. Weird
What's
picture.
funny about that is like I'm only gonna have it on this one bite.
I know it's.
It's
Well, I think
just
that's the presentation, but then you end up kind of mixing it around. I
what
guess.
you're supposed to like spread it with your finger.
I think the idea is that you pick up one of the logs of dog and you just sort of let it
That-
sort of slide down and then kind of drizzle onto the other dog, I think, or something like that.
That presentation is poor, in my opinion.
It's just a little weird, you know?
It does not look good, and it doesn't feel good.
Hey, look, at least you didn't have to eat it. Carry on.
Eat a mayonnaise. Rich and thick and creamy. Eat a
That's
mayonnaise.
now.
Eat
mean,
a mayonnaise.
I mean, mayonnaise as like a salad dressing? Ugh,
Absolutely
I don't
not.
know. To me, mayonnaise induces nausea. I think, you know?
It is a bit grotesque.
I know Bryce Shell says there's a pile of dogs on that bun. It's true. It's not just 2 dogs. There's multiple. Look how many.
Right.
There's. It seems like they go from 2 dogs to 3. Actually, look
This
at
is
this.
a commercial for hot dogs.
Look,
in
there's
excess.
there's 3 dogs. They went from 2 dogs to 3 dogs. Look at that. 3 dogs.
Right,
On a
I
bun.
know.
That's
it's
a 3-dog bun right there.
3-dog bun, exactly. The new band.
The new band from Mattel. The new band from Mattel. 3-dog bun.
Eat a mayonnaise. Rich and thick and creamy. Eat a mayonnaise. Makes the drumstick dreamy. Eat a mayonnaise.
Ugh.
Oh God, get
It's
out
like
of here!
they're acting like this is some sort of wonder food or something.
They're
that you can
acting
just
like
put-
this is some kind of ice cream that they're gonna just dip
It seems
into.
like it's just sort of an anything sauce, which is it's just to me
It's
it's
not an anything sauce. I know.
Look at this guy. He's just dreaming about being a star right now. You know what I mean?
He's dreaming about dipping his whole balls into a giant tub of mayonnaise. He's thinking, I wonder what a hot tub filled with mayonnaise and baked beans would feel like.
baked beans. Now that
I'd
I
love to
like
just dip into that.
baked beans. I like.
He wants to swim in it.
Wow, he seems like a star in the making. You know what I mean? He's just sort of dreaming about being a star. You know.
I don't know, but that drumstick looks a bit old. And that
Lalula,
drumstick looks crustaceous.
I think Lalula meant to write. Is he gonna snort it? I think it's like funny the idea of him like almost he's gonna snort it. You know.
He already stuck it somewhere. Now he's sniffing it. He's like, I love that I just stuck this up something. Also, that chicken stick looks not right to me. I don't know.
Oh, I
it
thought
seems
that
a bit
actually looked not
crusty.
bad. It looked not bad to me in a way. It looked
I don't want to eat it.
It kind of looked a little burnt in a way that I kind of like. You know.
It looks dry and poor.
Rotten drumstick. That's a rotten drumstick.
It does look rotten. It does look rotten. It looks rotten.
A rotten
He
drumstick.
thinks the mayonnaise is going to save the rot from that drumstick.
He goes, "Oh gosh, my drumstick went bad. It's rotten." He goes, "Oh, just put a little bit of
Let's put some
mayonnaise on
mayonnaise
it."
That'll cover it up.
Yeah. That'll cover it up. Or carry on.
What's
Wait. She was
Oh,
just gonna
whoa.
eat it by the spoonful. Yuck.
Is that the girl from Poltergeist?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, if she just ate that whole thing, that would be obscene.
That would be truly kind of just really gross. And
Reprehensible.
That would be nauseating, actually. You know.
No, that would be uncalled for.
I think people do eat mayonnaise like that. They just eat it by the
If they're
spoonful.
possessed or in the movie Rosemary's Baby or something.
Yeah, that eating mayonnaise spoon by spoon to me seems like a gummo move.
It seems satanic.
Well, gummo.
No, maybe.
All
It
right, carry
seems
on.
like some Satan shit. Is that the girl from Poltergeist?
Oh, it's all the same family. You know, it's funny. It's just a dad and kids. You know, there's
Is
no
that the girl
there's no
from
mom in the
Poltergeist?
no mom in the picture.
No, there's not. But is she from Is that the girl? From
She could be.
Poltergeist?
She could be. They're here.
Mm-hmm. Caroline. Wait, are they supposed to be brother and sister, or are they just adopted kids?
I get the sense that it's a single dad with his 3 kids, and maybe one
two
of them
kids and a friend.
maybe it's this is what it is. The kids on the sides are his kids, and then the friend is in the middle. Yeah.
Oh no, the two kids on
I
the
think it's-
sides are his initial kids, and then the second one is like his new wife's child that he has to take care of.
I don't
on
think
the
he has a
weekend.
new wife, really. I just think that he's got 2 kids on the side, and then the middle is his friend from work.
No, you know what it is? It's his 2 kids. No, they all 3 are posing as his children, or they think they're his kid, but actually the one on his right is illegitimate, and they never told her, and that's why she looks different.
The one on the right
They're
doesn't
all
look
like-
different.
No, the one on the left.
The
they're
one
like-
in the middle looks different.
The one in the middle, she's not a child of the corn.
No, she's a child of mayo.
She's not. Yeah. her
She's the one who
mother-
she was about to go spoonful on that, you know.
No, and one day she finally said to the other kids, "I'm not your real sister anyway." And they're
Bryce
like,
Shell-
"What? Yes, you are." She goes, "No, I found out my real mother is named Carol, and she lives in Malibu."
Bryce Shell
Something like
says they're all kidnapped by that man, and thinks he's also a kid.
They're all possessed by this mayonnaise bullshit.
I know they're children of the mayonnaise. They're children of the nays.
Children of the nays.
Yeah. All right, carry on.
Eat a mayonnaise.
Oh
It's
God.
the one to get us.
Ugh.
Eat a mayonnaise.
Wait, pause it. Hold up. Go back. Let's just take a look at this. Look at these
Oh,
options.
that's the mom. That was the mom, by
Look
the way.
at seafood.
I know seafood.
Hold
What?
on. Okay, wait a minute. They have mayonnaise and then they have coleslaw. And they have Thousand Island. These are all sauces, right? I guess.
Mhm.
Whatever's in that coleslaw. I don't know. I mean, is there cabbage?
Why
in
is
there?
it called ETA? Estimated time
But
of
then there's
arrival?
one called seafood. Does that mean it's got seafood in it and it's just like a pureed seafood? Or is it something you put on seafood? And then there's the potato salad one. And is that potato salad? Does it have potatoes in it?
Or is it the cream for a potato salad?
Right. Are these all creams for said thing?
Yeah. Is it the cream for
Is it a
coleslaw or
cream
is it
for
coleslaw? Is
or
coleslaw in
coleslaw
it? Is it cream for coleslaw or is it coleslaw in it?
I was gonna say, is it cream for coleslaw or is it coleslaw the cream? Is it seafood? Is it cream for seafood or is it seafood the cream? Is it cream for potato salad or is it potato salad the cream? I mean, and if it is, it's like doesn't make no sense. It's not going to be a unilateral thing, right? Like it's not
Well,
because
it's
I feel that
interesting.
the coleslaw could be the coleslaw the cream, whereas I seriously doubt seafood is seafood the cream. I think it's cream for seafood.
Well, what's interesting is that it's
And we
if it's
know that
cream for
Thousand Island-
seafood and how is the cream for seafood different than cream for potato salad? You know what I mean?
That's what one wants to know. And also, obviously, Thousand Island is Thousand Island the cream, not
Cream for
for
Thousand Island. Well, what
Is
is
it a-
Thousand Island
Is
if
it
not
cream for 1,000 islands?
To the cream of 1,000 islands. Come join us on ETA Cruises. ETA Cruises, where you can.
It
Well, you
says
can-
top dressings. Oh wow! Look, seafood, you just made top dressing. Congratulations!
You just won 1982's top dressing.
I was
ETA's
thinking
top
like I
dress-
was thinking like seafood just made top dressing at the Comedy Store Friday night, something like that. You know?
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Top dressing, top billing, something like that.
Carry on.
Fact
The one
is,
to get us. Eat a mayonnaise.
Don't just save it for the lettuce.
Oh, it's Australian.
don't save it for the lechers.
Don't just save it for lettuce. What do you say?
I thought he said, "Don't just save it for the leches."
Just save it for the lettuce.
For the lettuce?
For the
Don't
letters?
just save it for the lettuce.
Lettuce? Letters or lechers?
Don't just save it for the lettuce.
I never would consider saving it for the lettuce.
Yeah, I never would could save it for the lettuce.
The only look at I guess it's Australian, it's not supposed to make sense.
Right. It's everything's upside down. you know?
Everything is kind of just
Everything's
you know,
turned upside down.
it's sort of a choose your own adventure.
It's funny because I didn't. It was a kind of a reveal at the end that it was an Australian commercial. You know,
hmm
Jeff Chef, I think, said it right. He goes, "Don't just save it for the lepers."
Right. It's like some sort of punishment that you give to lepers.
Should we wrap it up, or should we just do number 4 real quick? Chicken's choice.
Let's do number 4, and it'll be a solid,
Okay.
solid 3 for the, the paying.
We'll
customers.
do 3. We'll do a countdown of 3. Okay, here we go.
Let me.
Don't just save it for the leeches. The
let me
leeches.
get-
Don't just save it for the leeches. Let's see. Well, I don't just save it for the leeches. Oh, maybe he meant Robin Leach. Robin Leach, who's Australian. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Don't just save it for me, the leeches.
What if he was saying, don't just save it for the Levi's? Don't just save it for your Levi's. Like, don't save it for your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means.
Oh, maybe dos de leches for Cinco de Mayo. Don't just save it for dos de leches. Oh, Chodes missed it.
Oh, well. That's okay.
Chodes, we'll replay it in the after show debrief. Just really briefly, it was this commercial, and we didn't know it was Australian to the very end. Someone talked, and then it turned out.
And we needed some translating.
Yeah. Robin Leach is not Australian. I thought he was Australian for some reason.
To make number 4.
Wait a second. Did you have a soundbite for number 5?
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna have to hear that again.
We could get back in. If we're gonna replay that one, we could.
All right, fine. We'll get back into it. I want to hear this. Say that
the
again. I want to
debrief.
hear this soundbite.
Yeah.
Have to make number 4.
What is that from? It's from a sitcom,
Obviously.
Yeah.
or is it from a stand-up comedy routine?
Sitcom.
Sitcom. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, is it that Alf? Is that Alf?
It's Alf.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God.
That's crazy that I was able to get that. That's Paul Dan. Is his name Paul? Not Dano. It's
Oh, man.
Paul. It's Paul something or other. It's some what's his name? Paul. Something like Paul Dano, but it's not Dano. It's something like that. Anyway, man, I called it. I said Alf. I called it. Isn't that good? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was really good. You're Alf.
I heard it. Oh, Paul Fusco. All right, sorry. Carry on.
Have to make number 4.
Norm, my first turkey salad.
And my last.
Norman!
Oh
Mom,
my
he's
gosh, what a
right.
rude pig.
Uh-oh. This is going to be like that coffee commercial.
It
where
is. It is like that
The
coffee
guy's
commercial.
like, the coffee's not too good, honey.
Why is he being such a jerk about it? This is how I would have done it. If it was actually really bad, I would have eaten it and I would have said, my first turkey salad. And I would have gone, okay. And then I would have went to the bathroom and spit it out or something like that.
That's when you're like around each other enough. We don't have to play games, You can just be
Yeah,
straight
but
up.
that's kind of mean though, to just say, and my last, he could have said, okay. I would have said that, and then she would,
Right.
and if I knew her really well, she would have said, "No, honey, you can tell me how it was." I say, "Well, it wasn't. I didn't really. It wasn't. I mean,
It's not your best.
It wasn't. It's nothing like your, triple dog in a bun. It's
it
not like
tastes-
your. It's nothing like your 3-dog bun,
No,
But
honey, honestly, it tastes like shit.
honey, I love you,
Can you
but
go
I
shove it up
just,
your ass?
I just thought it was disgusting. I'm sorry, but I love you, and I really appreciate everything you've done for me in my life."
Honey, I love you so much, but you fucked this one up. Get back to the kitchen and figure something else out while I take a rest, would you, huh?
Okay, I think Jim has said it right. This is how I would say it. I would probably go, yeah, I do. Look, honey, I love you. I would say that it didn't really resonate with me so much, but I appreciate it. It tastes like dog cunt.
Honey, you're beautiful, but this just tastes ugly. All right. Let's take a look.
Norm, my first turkey salad.
And my last.
Norman.
I guess, you know,
Mom,
I guess they did get
you know,
mad
the
at
thing
him.
is that she like the way she presented it, it was so precious that you can't be mean to that. She's like, my first turkey salad.
Yeah.
You can't be like, this tastes like shit, you dumb cunt. Get back to the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit more like, it doesn't really resonate with me, love.
Yeah. Love? Did you say love?
Yeah.
It doesn't really resonate with me, love.
Norm, my first turkey salad.
And my last.
Norman.
At least they got
Mom,
mad at
he's
him.
right.
I mean, at least they kind of got mad at him for
Norman.
being kind of rude, you know?
Is that her real mom? They look so similar.
Right. Take it back just a notch.
Turkey salad.
And my last.
Norman.
Mom, he's right. My turkey salad doesn't taste as fresh as yours.
Did you use Best Foods mayonnaise?
No, I tried a bargain brand. Does Best Foods taste fresher?
The freshest. Makes all your dishes taste their best.
That looked absolutely
Foods does taste
disgusting. Did you see that slop? Go back. Oh my god, this looks like barf.
It does look
It
kind
looks
of
like
like
someone blew chunks. That is absolutely repulsive. Oh my god, that is so grotesque. Ew, it's just these cubes of turkey with this slop.
it does look like something out of super sloppy Double Dare.
It's so gross.
You know what I mean? It looks like you have to find a flag inside of that, you know?
Oh my god.
Probably digging through there for a flag.
Digging through there for a penny that some chunky dog
The
swallowed.
the husband looks like someone from Revenge of the Nerds or something, I feel like.
He does. He looks
He kind of looks like
extreme.
Revenge of the Nerds or something.
Kind of does look like an extreme nerd.
He kind of look like Jamie Kennedy meets Revenge of the Nerds or something like that.
Well, it's just his whole stance and everything. It's a bit nerdy. You
I
know
know
what I mean?
he's actually should be grateful that he even has her as a wife. You know what I mean? I think, you know.
Yeah, but you know, that
I
doesn't
get
mean
it.
he
You
has
know,
to
look. I understand the sentiment, but
walk
he
on
could have
eggshells.
he could have been a little more tactful about the way he described. You know, I mean, the way he expresses, you know, disappointment or whatever it was. Okay, carry on.
Norman.
Mom, he's right. My turkey salad doesn't taste as fresh as yours.
Did you use Best Foods mayonnaise?
No, I tried a bargain brand. Does Best Foods taste fresher?
The freshest. Makes all your dishes taste their best.
Absolutely disgusting.
Best Foods does taste better.
Better.
Norman. Bring out the best foods and bring out the best.
It's not better. It's best.
I didn't like it. I don't want it. It just looks horrible. I guess that's what you get when you're just focused on mayonnaise the whole time, though, isn't it?
Well, look, mayonnaise is just not. You know,
Well,
that's not. You know.
I've seen it look good though. On these other commercials, you know, where they have like, oh yeah, you know those commercials. It was like Duke of Earl or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are for mayonnaise, and they look good.
Oh, is that
That
right?
was
It
for
goes on a sandwich.
Dijonnaise.
Oh, that.
Dijonnaise. That's a mayo.
Oh yeah,
mustard blend.
Dijon. Right,
Duke of Earl.
whatever it is, but they make it look good on those commercials when they put it on just a sandwich.
Let's
I
play it
think
out.
it makes sense on a sandwich, but not on like a pile of hot dogs or
Right. No, yeah, you
salad.
spread. If you're gonna use mayonnaise, you spread it on a slice. You know, that's what you do.
And I don't feel that we've even seen that. Oh, I guess they did sort of have a hamburger, but
Well, they squirted it on. Yeah, they squirted it on a burger. You know, it's a few dogs on a bun. But okay, how's the end of this go again?
Best Foods does taste better.
Better.
Norman. Bring out the best foods and bring out the best.
That's a classic song right there. That's a classic jingle. Bring out the best food. Bring out the best.
bring out the best.
Bring out.
The best.
What if they didn't even end it? You know, bring out the best foods. Bring out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just fade to black.
No,
you
and
know?
it just ended on Norm's face like,
Yeah, it's like this. Bring out the best foods. Bring out the. Oh, wait, no. Bring out the best foods. Bring
Bring
out. That'd be a good, interesting take on that commercial. Bring out the best foods. Bring out. Kind of reminds me of that Cheerios commercial I made. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah, it also kind of reminds me of that that old YouTube video for not shoes, but the same guy who did shoes.
Oh yeah,
Remember that video that was like, let's get some shoes.
yeah, I know.
That one.
Yeah.
Well, that guy did another one called Muffins.
Liam Sullivan, I think his name is.
Have you seen the Muffins one?
The Muffin Man? I know the Muffin Man. Here
He's
come
like,
the Muffin
fish
Man.
muffin.
Brent, you got really loud all of a sudden.
I've got loud?
Yeah.
Ain't that something? You know why? Probably because I was doing that weird song just now.
By the way,
Yeah, make you
Ethan
laugh.
really loves the shoes video.
Right.
And he even at school goes, let's get some shoes.
He does
does
that,
it like
really?
that. Yeah.
Oh my god, really? That's so funny.
It's so funny. He really does it like that. But the Muffins one is pretty funny. And you haven't seen the Muffins one?
I don't think so.
He's like, blueberry muffins, fish muffin. And he just like goes like, it's just like this. And then it zooms in on his face.
All right, look, we're gonna do the other three. I'm sorry if I'm loud right now, but here's what's going on, guys. Am I still loud?
I think you were just close to the mic.
Oh, is this too
Before.
loud like this?
Not if
Do
you're
I sound
talking
too-
softly.
Not if I talk like this. So listen, everybody, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna carry on and we're gonna do the top 3 mayonnaise videos according to ETA Weekly. And we're going to do that in the after show debrief. And if you want to join us, you can become a member. And there's a join button there. Do you see the join button? You just click it and you become a member. And it's fun. People are excited about becoming members these days. I feel like, they're having fun with it. And, you get all these extra things with it. You get, these little icons you can put on your comments and stuff, and that's pretty fun. And that's what we're going to do. And also, the way to get there also, once you become a member, is there's a link in the description of the video. Okay. And it tells you where to go. That's how you get to the after show debrief. And also there's a playlist, the Chicken Coop playlist that has all that previous after show debriefs there. And it has all the past episodes there. You should just do playlists from now on, because navigating through all the videos is a bit of a mess. So just if you want to access the videos on this channel, just look at the playlist. Thank you to Chicken Jessica for his help behind the scenes here on the show. And look, Steely Dang is having fun with it, watching old episodes. There you go. Get use out of your membership, Steely Dang. Dong. And also if you want to see highlight clips, you can go to Chicken Coop Show. That's a separate YouTube channel, Chicken Coop Show. It's also an Instagram account, and you can find the highlight clips there, which are made by Weird Artifacts, Jason Odd. Weird Artifacts is the name of his band if you want to check out his music. Weird Artifacts, Jason Odd, thank you for your help with that. And thank you to Gemma and Cammie for their help with the, managing the accounts. Now check this out, guys. My stand-up special called Popular Culture is coming out on May 21st. It's coming out at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. I know it's a weird time, but that's just supposedly the time that is supposedly best for it to, get some activity and stuff, is to release it in the morning. And so it's coming out, and in preparation for that, I have to, supposedly retrain this channel to be a stand-up channel and not have these live streams on here. So I'm just going to be posting old stand-up clips on here, a couple from the special that are not old, but for the next couple weeks, I have to just post stand-up clips on this channel to get it thinking it's a stand-up channel. And so because of that, we won't be doing the Chicken Coop on this channel for the next few weeks. Okay. So the whole rest of the month, all the episodes will be at the Chicken Coop Show channel. Okay, Chicken Coop Show. And unfortunately, no one's going to be a member there, of course. So the member benefits, there won't be any after show debriefs. We'll just do, regular episodes, and that's where we'll be. And apologies to people who became members. But you know what? The good thing is hey, you can go look at the old after show debriefs on the channel and check those out. If you just became a member, I think Travis Stick probably got the gift just now, right? Hey, you can check out all these old after show debriefs, and that's fun. But yeah, Chicken Coop Show is where the show is going to be on the next whatever, on the next thing, on the next week. Okay, you dig? But same time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, look, there's the account right there. See? This is the account right there. All right. And, check out the comedy special, Popular Culture. It's an hour-long special. Comes out on the 21st, Wednesday. And, I recorded it almost a year ago. And it's coming out on YouTube. We tried to sell it to streamers. Didn't happen. So now it's coming out on YouTube. And, it's a lot of the best bits of mine from the mid to late 2010s, and one bit from the last couple of years, at the end. Okay. And yeah, there'll be some stand-up clips, some old stand-up clips on here as well. So coming up, leading up to it. I think that's about it, but I hope you check it out. And we'll see you. If we don't see you at the after show debrief tonight, then we'll see you over at the Chicken Coop Show channel for the next few weeks. Okay? All right. And again, apologies that, if you're members and you feel like you're not getting your members' worth, hopefully it makes up for it in some kind of way. I don't know. All right. We'll see you over at the after show debrief. Otherwise, whatever, I'm Brent Weinbach.
Laura Weinbach.
The Chicken Coop is the name of the show. See you later, or see you in just a little bit. Okay, bye.